Hey Dragon Tamers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dragon Tamer Tony, and today I invite you to join me as I share with you what it's like to take care of 8 tortoises on a daily basis. My tortoises are not outdoors just yet, but as I'm walking back to their outdoor enclosures, there is a bald eagle. I'm kidding you not. I'm gonna switch the camera around so you guys can see, but this is insane. 25 feet away from their enclosures, there's a bald eagle. This does not make sense. It's not typical for me to see bald eagles. Oh my goodness, there's actually a lot of birds of prey. What the heck is... So I'm going around my tree island right now to see what's going on. And oh my goodness, there's a dead buck. So I'm gonna grab my drone for the simple fact that I'm not gonna be able to show you guys from this distance with my camera lens that I have on right now. It's about 2,000–3,000 feet away, maybe even closer, but my camera's not gonna be able to show you zoom in, and I do not wanna interrupt wildlife. I'm gonna grab my drone. My drone is able to capture footage from really far away without interrupting these birds. But this is insane. This is mind-boggling. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Guys, I'm going to have to go about my daily routine with my tortoises. I'm gonna have to stay outdoors all day with my tortoises to make sure they're okay. It's a beautiful weekend. My kids want to be outdoors in the pool, so it's perfectly fine with me. I'm going to grill and whatnot and maybe do some yard maintenance. But let this video continue on. Let my tortoises enjoy their day. And we're going to talk about a little bit later in the video what I do to lower the probability of my tortoises being subjected as prey. Every morning, I like to discard spoiled food. I would even recommend to take the food out of your tortoise's outdoor enclosure the night of to lower the probability of attracting unwanted pests and predators. Here are a few things I like to give my tortoises weekly, and I don't like to overfeed my tortoises. It's very controversial, but I don't like to feed my tortoises every single day. Sometimes I may even leave some of the food out from the day before if it's not spoiled. They love strawberries, they love berries, they love their mushrooms. We have some dandelions, very enriching, very nutritious. We have also escarole as well, they love that. I also like to provide baby red leaves. My tortoises eat that like candy. Shaved up carrots. And I also like to provide mealworms and wax worms from time to time. Only about once a month when it comes to protein, when it comes to my cherry head tortoises. I like to go in my field and pick beautiful yellow dandelions like this for my tortoises to munch on. Beautiful thing about my cherry head tortoise enclosure is that I have an abundance of dandelion flowers just growing within the enclosure naturally. And just like that, we have some toppers. Right now, I'm about to soak the tortoises. That involves literally me putting them in little tubs like this. You can purchase these same ones at your local Target. This is the time I like to soak them, to rehydrate them. I do it about every 2 days. I don't do it every day. I take a tortoise just like this, and I spend some quality time and just observe it, see how it's reacting to the water, and just cleaning it up. And so you guys can see some nice tortoises on camera. I like to scrub my tortoises as well. They love it. It's a wonderful back scratch sensation for them. They just love it. They start poking their heads out just like that. It's just a lovely thing. And just like that, I look at them, nice quick observation. And as you do this every few days, you start to see the characteristics and understand your tortoises and how they behave. And if you start seeing things out of the normal, you'll catch it very, very quickly, because these are your tortoises. You're spending time with your tortoises. You're learning about the way they react and act to certain things. I like to scrub them down for good measure just like this. Lovely little tortoise. This is Raphael. This is what I'm talking about. I can grab any tortoise. This is Raphael right here. I know he's Raphael because he doesn't have a high dome. It's very flat, and he's very vibrant in color as well. And then this one over here is Fuego. I can tell Fuego because he's even more vibrant, and he has a higher dome versus Raphael, and he's a tad bit smaller. He's a younger tortoise. All of these are about a yearling, so to speak. And right here we have Ruby. Spray Ruby down real quick. The more you spend with your tortoise, the more you're able to just understand them and their qualities and how they react. And you'll know when they start going down in health because they're not acting the way they typically would. So this is Ruby. Ruby has a beautiful marbling going on. his carapace. So I can't wait to see this tortoise grow up and see how beautiful it becomes. So I'm gonna put some more water in their tubs. Just like that. And over here we have my Western Hermann's tortoise. Scrub him down real quick. Just like that. Nice beautiful Western Hermann's tortoise. Scrub him down, give him a nice little back massage, back scratch. And you just want this type of interaction with your tortoises as much as possible so they can be comfortable with human interaction. But at the same time, you want to give them their space. You do not want to involve yourself within their lives too much as they grow, if that makes sense. You want to be able to get involved somewhat, but at the same time, you want them to enjoy their lives as, honestly, wild animals. These are captive bred animals, but they're still wild at heart. Over here I have Tank. I do not know how you got a green, but you definitely got a green. Right there, scrub Tank down. Tank is one of the oldest and the largest in the group. Beautiful Bahia type cherry head tortoise. He has blotching down the neck, meaning he has red even going down his neck. They go for a hefty penny for sure, the cherry heads, especially when you start getting into the more vibrant, colorful ones. Right over here we have Scoot, your typical redfoot tortoise. One neat fact about this tortoise right here, he's one of the oldest, but also one of the smallest. So what does that mean? That means that tortoises grow at their own rate. So never be alarmed when your tortoise seems like it's not gaining any type of mass. Just monitor its weight as much as possible, once a week, twice a week, to see how it is developing. If it's staying at the same body weight or if it's gaining more weight. Only be alarmed when your tortoise is losing weight. That's when you should seek proper veterinary care. And then I want to show you I don't want to say the best for last, but I definitely want to share with you the most vibrant cherry head tortoise that I purchased online. That was very difficult to come by, but once he came up, I had to snatch him up. And he's also 6 months old. Look at that. Just look at the beautiful neck. Just look at the red on its limbs, how much coverage it has with red. The red is very vibrant as well. This is going to produce beautiful, beautiful hatchlings. So crimson, you're going to produce some beautiful babies. Just look at even the back legs have a bunch of red. Even its butt cheeks have red on it. Even its tail's completely covered in red. So this is going to be a phenomenal tortoise as it grows. I cannot wait to produce offspring from crimson for sure. One of my protocols when dealing with my tortoises is my standby soaking protocol. My standby soaking protocol means do not leave your tortoises unattended, not even for a minute, because a minute can go by and us as humans, we're not perfect. We can start something else and totally forget about our tortoises. I have not done it with my tortoises at all, but I have done it with a leopard gecko. I put a leopard gecko to soak its toes and an hour has gone by instead of 15 minutes. Always stand by and watch your tortoises as they soak, because anything can happen. They can try to scale the side of the wall of the tub that you're having them soak in, and they can flip over and sadly pass away. And that's the last thing you want, especially when you have multiple tortoises like this. They're usually trying to climb each other. So my standby soaking protocol is stand by and don't go anywhere, because their lives are very important. And the last thing I want to hear in the comments is, oh no, my tortoise died, because it has passed away from drowning. I just want to take the time out to admire my tortoises that I have. They are just so vibrant. The cherry head colors on their head are just so fascinating. I handpicked every single one of these. Ruby with the beautiful marbling coming in. My most red is cherry head. That has the whole limbs with red coverage in his neck and all right there. Then I have my other one, Fuego, right there. Then I have Tank over there. And then I have a Raphael right there. They're just also vibrantly red. The color red has always been an intriguing color to me since my early days as a child. Pokemon Red, for instance. I picked Charmander. Ever since then, I always pick the fire starters. I mean, the Ferrari. I love the color red Ferrari. My watch that I'm wearing right now, one of my favorite watches, the Tudor Black Bay 58. I love the little indicator mark for the triangle and the red band. Next is feeding time. We're going to place all the tortoises in a position to eat. This is just amazing. I love my tortoises. If you guys love what I'm doing, subscribe to the channel, because I really want to build a nice conservation center, an HQ for Dragon Tamer's HQ, with a whole bunch of different types of tortoises. My favorite species right now is the cherry-head tortoise. I just love the tortoise. Very striking, very bold colors, very intelligent. They come up to you, they just are full of personality. But in retrospect, does that make them the best pet that you could possibly have? You guys are gonna have to stay tuned and watch the next episode of Dragon Tamer Tony. So the cherry-head tortoises are in their enclosure, and right now we are gonna put down my wonderful Corsica Western Hermann's tortoise down to get some chow. Go, buddy. Let's see you eat. But one of the characteristics and personality traits that I really like about the Western Hermann's tortoise is specifically this one. This wonderful Western Hermann's tortoise will come up to you, is not shy, is very confident, and I think that comes with age, because if you guys don't know, this tortoise right here is 1 year old and not shy at all. As you can see, the sun is starting to wrap around the enclosure, but it's still shaded. This is the best time to feed your tortoises, between the morning hours and evening hours of the day, where the sun is not present and is not at peak power that can blast your tortoises, because it's going to diminish the food, it's going to dry out the food. Your tortoises are not going to want to be out during the broad daylight getting blasted with the sun. So this is my protocol to lower the probability of your tortoise having a heat stroke, overheating, and things of that nature. Our tortoises come first, and their health is very important, because if they're not happy, I'm not happy either. Depending on the temperature, I like to mist down the enclosures during peak hours of sunlight to make sure the tortoises get the consistent humidity levels they need, and also for hydration. This can be done by a way of hosing down your enclosure or with a sprinkler system. So one of the things I like to do throughout the day is to encourage my tortoises to forage. So a lot of the topping stuff that you would typically put in a salad, that people call it for their tortoises, I don't like to mix it with the food that they're actually eating, the greens or the Missouri. So what I like to do is I like to take, for instance, for this species of tortoise, cherry-head red-footed tortoise, I'll take some strawberries, place them in different parts of the enclosure, some strawberries, mushrooms, just like this, in the corners, even within where they're hiding, and they will actually, believe it or not, come out to eat. So if I like to even find the tortoises where they're tucked away and just place it next to them. When I'm working from home, which is a lot, I'm always checking up on my tortoises, my animals, my quails, my ferret, my tegu, all the reptiles that I have, my leopard geckos. I can go on and on and on. I'm periodically checking on them, their well-being, especially the animals that are outdoors, like these tortoises. And when I'm not home, these tortoises are not outside because I'm not supervising them. Their well-being, their welfare comes priority before anything. So I'm equipped to have them indoors, but I'm not equipped for their security purposes, for outdoors, to have them 24/7. And I'm okay with that right now, because they are very young, they're yearlings, and I want to lower the probability of something happening to them, especially at night. I'm Dragon Tamer Tony, and I hope you enjoy your wonderful day wherever you are.